Welcome to Book Chat. My name is Leslie and I am the Reading Machine Coordinator for Monterey County Free Libraries. Today the book I'm going to be chatting with you about is called Possessing the Secret of Joy. It is by Alice Walker. She has written many books and I've only read a few of them. This one is my favorite. I can't imagine anything that she writes ever coming to take the place of this one as my favorite Alice Walker book, but I suppose it's totally possible. This book is 279 pages long. It was published in 1992. It's told from multiple points of view, which is one of my favorite narrative structures. So here I want to throw in a trigger warning. This book deals with female genital mutilation, okay? It's a really difficult subject. I think Alice Walker handles it really well, really beautifully, but again, it's a really difficult subject to tackle. So feel free to turn off this video if that kind of thing is triggering to you, okay? I will not be hurt. I'm going to read you the summary of this book written on the inside flap, okay? Possessing the Secret of Joy is the story of Tashi, a tribal African woman who lives much of her adult life in North America. As a young woman, a misguided loyalty to the customs of her people led her to voluntarily submit to the Sunga's knife and be genitally mutilated, or pharaonically circumcised. Severely traumatized by this experience, she spends the rest of her life battling madness, trying desperately through psychotherapy. She is treated by disciples of both Freud and C.G. Jung, and even by Jung himself, to regain the ability to recognize her own reality and to feel. It is only with the help of the most unlikely ally she can imagine that she begins to study the mythological reasons invented by her ancient ancestors for what was done to her and to millions of other women and girls over thousands of years. As her understanding grows, so does her capacity to encounter her overwhelming grief. Underneath this grief is her glowing anger. Anger propels her to act. Action brings both feeling, life, the ability to exist with awareness in the moment, and death, of which she finds she has completely lost her fear. Okay, so that is the summary of this novel. And then there are a few notes and dedications and even a passage from her one of Alice Walker's other books, The Color Purple, that precede the actual starting of the story. So I'm going to read the dedication to you. It says, "This book is dedicated with tenderness and respect to the blameless vulva," which is the subject of the book. And then the dedication right before the story starts reads like this. Not the dedication, I'm sorry. The epigraph. It's a quote, and it says, "When the axe came into the forest, the trees said, 'The handle is one of us.'" And that, according to this, is a bumper sticker saying, now I don't know if that's a real bumper sticker, or if it's a metaphorical one. I don't suppose it really matters. But the quote really it's really sums up the crux of the novel, which is, how does a person begin to even process something extremely harmful to themselves when that thing, that action, or that custom is held up as something holy, and that must not be questioned, okay? And how does a person find the courage to do what's right for them if it goes against everything and everyone they know? Okay, that's tough questions, right? And this novel is attempting to answer those things. And there's another really tough question posed in this novel, which I have never forgotten in the 20 plus years since I've read it. It's something that I find so moving that it's probably one of those things I would get tattooed on me. I'm going to read you the passage it comes from. This is from the point of view of Adam. He's a character in the story. They do not want to hear what their children suffer. They've made the telling of the suffering itself taboo, like visible signs of menstruation, signs of women's mental power, signs of the weakness and uncertainty of men. When they say the word taboo, I try to catch their eye. Are they saying something is sacred and therefore not to be publicly examined for fear of disturbing the mystery? Or are they saying it is so profane it must not be exposed for fear of corrupting the young? Or are they saying simply that they cannot and will not be bothered to listen to what is said about as an accepted tradition of which they are a part that has gone on, as far as they know, forever? These are the kinds of questions my father taught me to ask, alas. Adam, he would say, what is the fundamental question one must ask of the world? I would think of and posit many things, but the answer was always the same. Why is the child crying? Okay, so, God, that is so powerful even now, even after all these years. Why is the child crying? So when children who are subjected to this female genital mutilation, one has to ask themselves, why are these children crying? And, gosh, there's so much in this book, really hard for me to delve into it. I think that you really have to read it to experience it, as with all books, and I always say that. I don't feel I could ever do justice to this book. It's really beautiful, really powerful, really worth your time. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming to this book chat. I hope that you are getting some good reading in, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.